I want to give back to Chandoli. It started in 2005. A school in Mughalsarai which will be nationally recognized. Giving me goosebumps telling you this. People of Chandoli should get the best education ever. I want to see kids of Mughalsarai all across. One thing remains common is the heart of a teacher. Make n number of mistakes. Trying instead of crying.
Plug in, tune in, and welcome to our podcast, The Beaming Suns at Sunbeam School Mughalsarai. Your world where curiosity meets conversation, where students, teachers, and stories come alive. Tuned in today for some conversation that matters, laughs, and insights into our lives as students of Sunbeam. Today we have with us Ms Sweta ma'am, a keen educator and a guide to all of us. Welcome ma'am.
Thank you, beta.
So beginning up, I would like to ask, what inspired you to begin such an institute like Sunbeam School Mughalsarai back then in the year 2005? And how do you think its significance has changed from back then to now?
Right. Thank you for the question, beta. I've always been a passionate teacher. When I got married and came to Varanasi, I literally had nothing to do. So I started teaching children. I had only 2 kids in my house that time, and I was teaching maths and physics for class 10th and 11th. After a year's time, I realized that there were a lot of kids of my colony who started coming to me. And my father-in-law said that you come to the factory, and he said, I'll give you loads of kids. I thought that's a brilliant idea. I'll get more kids to teach. And back then in 2005, my journey started. I used to come to the factory where there were a lot of laborers who were living inside the campus for the flour mill. And so I got a huge number of children, which I never had got in my life. So I used to sit with around 30-35 children almost every day and teach them. And it was a very satisfying experience. By profession, I'm a software engineer from BIT Mesra. But the amount of happiness I got out of teaching the kids was like my happiness knew no bounds. And my father-in-law understood it. And that during my travel from Varanasi to Mughalsarai, he used to always ask a lot of questions, discuss a lot of things with me. He was a great visionary. And then, during that travel, emerged this school. He said that, can both of us give something to Chandoli? He said, I want to give back to Chandoli by way of educating children the way you all have been educated. A school in Mughalsarai which will be nationally recognized. And that day, it's giving me goosebumps telling you this. And that day my journey began. That's how it started in 2005. And now we are here in 2000. And I really miss my father-in-law. He was here just for a year and a half, after which he passed away. But the school has grown ever since. And I had promised to him that I will carry his legacy forward.
After listening your experience, ma'am, I would like to pose up a follow-up question. How much role do you think family and friends have in such a journey of establishing an institute or taking any initiative in life?
If you have God's blessings, if you have the will to do something, everybody will support you, whether it's family, whether it's friends. And for me, it's my family who have been standing with me 24/7 to support this initiative. My father-in-law, late Shri G.P. Kanudia, was a great visionary, a philanthropist who wanted from the core of his heart that the people of Chandoli should get the best education ever. I mean, if he would have been alive today, he would have been proud to see our college placements, because that time he told me, I want to see kids of Mughalsarai all across. He told me, बेटा तुम जैसे BIT मिश्रा से पढ़ी हो, मैं चाहता हूँ कि चंदौली के बच्चे उसी तरीके से बहुत सारे उस तरह के कॉलेजेस में पढ़े. And that was his dream. He said वो देने के लायक बने, जितने भी बच्चे पढ़ें तुम्हारे स्कूल से वो दूसरों इतने काबिल बने कि वो दूसरों को कुछ दे सके. And that was his dream, who can contribute to the society in positive ways. And undoubtedly, I have a whole lot of well-wishers, so it's just both family and friends all helping us to take the school to greater heights.
Such a mesmerizing experience, ma'am. Next up, I would ask, what are the things in the field of education particularly that have changed from your time when you were a child to now when you see we children learn in schools?
A lot has changed. One thing remains common, is the heart of a teacher. Whether it was at that time or today, the emotions of a teacher for the student remains the same. But I think a lot has changed. That time, knowledge was power. Because that knowledge was in the library of the school, or if you had books at home and you had a personal library, which was not so easy that time for the common masses. But now, at the click of a button, you have all the information available. So, in fact, you have robots also who are teaching in the classrooms, artificial intelligence, generative AI, and the teachers are adapting to all the AI-driven methods of teaching. If you don't have a digiboard in the classroom, I think kids will find it very difficult to learn. I mean, that's what I think. Because there are various kinds of learners. So without an audiovisual medium, how can you show certain things and explain, or maybe the kids can co-create certain things? Even when there is an online medium and the kids are using so many platforms, whether it's a quizzes or a Padlet, I mean, learning has completely changed. I think schools are only for experiencing or learning so many skills, and the basic clearing of concepts can also be done online. I mean, this is my perspective. Though post-COVID, learners have also changed. And Sunbeam School Mughalsarai, I'm quite happy to say, is empowering its teachers to handle the empowered learners post-COVID.
Even I personally agree with your experience, ma'am. I just think I can't even imagine how we survived the pre-COVID era without the use of technology in the field of education.
So, ma'am, as a keen learner myself, I want to know that what role is of mistakes in our life. Like what does mistakes do to our career, and how do they shape our personality?
Mistakes are an inherent part of everybody's life. Those who will do something will make mistakes. Those who will not do anything will never make mistakes. When you're a small child, and how do you learn to ride a bicycle? You fall so many times and then you learn how to ride a bicycle, Arpan. So, to learn from your mistakes, to correct it and improve, just go ahead. I mean, it has no correlation with career and this and that. Career is your willpower, your grit, what you want to do, you will do. Learning from your mistakes is the key. Make n number of mistakes. I tell my teachers here that you're free to make mistakes. And I also advise them, please allow the children to make mistakes. It's extremely important. See, only it happens in a school that there is a test and we are expecting 100% marks. and you all children are happy with all correct. But in the reality of life, when you are trying out things for the first time, if you are not used to making mistakes, you will get scared and you will want to run away. Mistakes will happen. You have to take that risk. You have to be a problem solver. Even in dance, such beautiful reflections kids have written. We loved making mistakes because there was a partner dance. And the boy and the girl were dancing. So if they made wrong steps, the movements were incorrect, the partner also got confused. So they had to immediately correct their mistake. And they've loved correcting the mistake and correcting themselves. So that was the most important and interesting part of the workshop. That is what kids have written. So mistakes are an inherent part of life. Never get scared of it. The more you make, that means you're working more.
So ma'am, as we get to know that you are a software engineer, so my next question to you is that what is the impact of technology on students and education? And how can education be revolutionized by the use of technology?
So technology has already become a part of education. And technology has already become a part of everyone's life. Can you imagine a life without Wikipedia or the internet? No. So gone are those days. Now the second question is, can you repeat the second question?
How can technology revolutionize education?
It's already revolutionized it. Sitting in your house, if the DM orders that today you have cold and the school is closed or the school is closed because of heat, your teachers are reaching right inside your houses. So education has already been revolutionized. All your Google classrooms where you're answering questions, assignments, you're giving online you're sitting for online inter-school competitions. Even the CUET exam is a CBT based exam, computer based test, and not a pen and paper test. So I think technology has already overtaken everything. And the more we become friendly with technology in our various careers, I think it'll really help us grow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Final question I would like to ask you, ma'am. If you had one message you could give to the world, what would that be?
Keep trying instead of crying.
Inspiring, ma'am. That was all from our side. This is me, Sanat Kumar, with my co-podcaster Arpan, signing off the Beaming Suns. Thank you.